Hi guys, welcome to the CATWay. So in this video, we are going to solve a daily set. And before we begin, do not forget to like and subscribe. Now, moving on to the question, what we have is that there are four secure uh, Andrew, Joseph, Paris, and Lucas, who were responsible for guarding the Kohinoor diamond during a one-day exhibition held recently. Now, the exhibition started at 10 a.m. and finished at 5 p.m. Now, the officers operated in 1 hour shift, and at least one officer guarded the diamond in each of the 7 shifts. Okay, so we have shifts starting at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So these are the shifts that we have. Sorry, not 5, because at 5 it was over. So we have in total of 7 shifts. Okay. Now, none of the officers operated in 2 consecutive shifts, and none of them joined or left a shift midway. So this has been given. Okay. Now, Andrew operated in exactly 4 shifts. Now, if you see, if one person out of is operating in 4 out of 7 shifts, that means the only way, and because he cannot be in consecutive shifts, right? So the only way possible is that he works in alternate shifts starting from the very first one. Okay. So he is working this way. So Andrew is done, right? Now, 2 officers were operating at 12:40, and one of them was Joseph. So Joseph was operating in this shift. There were 2 officers. One of them was Joseph, other one was Andrew. Now, what you know is that Parry operated in exactly 3 shifts, and he was operating at 1:20 p.m. So he was over here, right? He was operating over here. Okay. One shift we know about, the other 2 we don't. Now, Lucas operated in exactly 2 shifts, and he operated alone in both of them. Okay. So there are only 2 shifts which are left, okay, which are to be filled. And we know that Lucas is the person operating always alone. So he is the person who will be operating in the second and the 6th shift. Okay. So Lucas will be operating over here, and Lucas will be operating over here. Okay. Now, each of the 4 officers operated in at least 2 shifts, and Joseph and Perry never operated together in any of the shifts. Okay, so this has been given. Take care. Chalo. So we are still unable to determine like if Joseph is going to work in what shifts, and in what shifts is Perry going to work, right? Take care. So now one thing that we are sure is that about Lucas, we are sure that the 2 shifts he worked, and we know the shifts, right? One thing that we are sure is, another thing is Andrew. About Andrew, we know in which shifts did he work. Okay, so we know all about it. Okay. Now, guys, what you have is that Parry has to work in exactly 3 shifts, right? He has to work in exactly 3 shifts, and he is the person who is never working together with Joseph, right? He is never working together along with Joseph. Now, Parry has 2 shifts to make, okay, and we are unaware of what shifts. Okay, so let's see what we can get from here, if there is anything that we have left out. Okay, so if you talk about Joseph, guys, so Joseph has the possibility of now only working with Andrew, right? At max, what he can do is he can work with Andrew. Okay, then what we have is that so Joseph has one more shift to cover, right? And Parry has sorry, Joseph ke bare mein we do not know, and Parry ke bare mein what we know is that he has 2 more shifts to cover. So what could be those shifts if you see? So it cannot be the second one, right? It cannot be this shift that Parry is working, right? It cannot be this shift. So, and he now Parry cannot go over here, over here, over here, over here, and over here. These shifts are out, and he needs 2 more shifts. So what we get is that Parry is working along with A in this shift and in this shift, right? And that means we have just one more shift left where J can go, and it is this. So in total, J is having 2 shifts. Now moving on to the question. So in how many shifts did Joseph operate? So he operated in 2 shifts. How many shifts were there in which just one of the 4 officers operated? So we have 1, 2, and 3. So we have 3, that is option number B. And at what time did Joseph leave for his home if it is known that he left immediately after his last shift ended? So Joseph ki last shift ended at 3 p.m. So he left at that point of time, that is option number A, 3 p.m. So very pretty easy set, guys, and hope all of you were able to do it. Thanks for watching the video.